Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to understand how sensory information is transmitted in our body using a simple example, touching a flame. Sensory information transmission. Let's break it down step by step. First, we start with the stimulus. A stimulus is any change in the environment that can be detected by our body. In this example, the flame is the stimulus. The heat produced by the flame is the environmental change that triggers a response. Next comes the receptor. Sensory receptors are specialized cells that detect changes in the environment. When you touch a hot flame, the sensory receptors in your skin, especially those in your hand, detect the heat. These receptors are sensitive to temperature and pain. Once they detect the heat, they convert this information into an electrical signal. Now we move to the sensory neuron. A sensory neuron is a nerve cell that carries messages from the sensory receptor to the central nervous system, or CNS. The CNS includes the brain and the spinal cord. So, once the receptors in your hand detect heat, the sensory neuron transmits that signal through electrical impulses toward the spinal cord and brain. Next is the spinal cord and brain. The spinal cord acts as a pathway for signals traveling to and from the brain. In many cases, especially dangerous ones like touching a flame, the spinal cord quickly processes the information and creates a rapid response called a reflex action. At the same time, the brain becomes aware of the sensation of heat and pain and decides what action to take, usually to move your hand away immediately. After the decision is made, the signal travels through a motor neuron. A motor neuron is a nerve cell that carries messages from the central nervous system to an effector. The motor neuron sends an electrical impulse from the brain or spinal cord to the muscle in your arm. Finally, we reach the effector. An effector is the organ that carries out the response. In this example, the arm muscles act as the effector. When they receive the message from the motor neuron, they contract. This contraction pulls your hand away from the flame, protecting your body from further injury. So let's quickly summarize the pathway. Stimulus, the flame produces heat. Receptor, sensory receptors in the hand detect the heat. Sensory neuron, carries the message to the CNS. Spinal cord and brain, process the information and decide the response. Motor neuron, carries the command to the muscle. Effector, the arm muscle contracts and moves the hand away. This entire process happens in just a fraction of a second. It shows how efficiently our nervous system protects us from harm. Understanding this pathway is very important in biology because it explains how our body responds to changes in the environment and maintains safety. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this explanation helpful, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more easy biology lessons. See you in the next video.